Welcome to part number 3 of the Legend of Zelda Link to the Past playthrough. At the end of part 2, I saved the game and reset because it allows you to warp to one of 3 places. You can either warp to Link's house, which is what I warped to there, the Sanctuary, or the top of Death Mountain. We can't warp there yet, but once we go to Death Mountain, we can warp there. And that's just it's a convenient way to teleport around the map, because you can't do that yet. Later in the game we'll be able to, but right now we can't teleport through the map. So that's the best I can do. It saves some time. I recommend that you do it. And before we head off to the Desert Palace, we're gonna go get an optional item. Actually, is this item... I don't think this item is optional, actually, because I think you need it to defeat a boss later in the game. But if you bomb this wall right here, you will find, drumroll, the Ice Rod. And as you would expect, the Ice Rod shoots out ice. It's not too useful in general combat, but on a few specific enemies, including one boss, it's very useful. So I definitely recommend you pick it up. When you use it, it depletes part of your magic rod. It's right to the left of the item you have selected. And it's pretty generous. You have quite a bit of magic, but always carry around a potion to refill it if you are running low. And right there I killed myself in order to warp back to my house. You don't need to kill yourself. You can just save and quit and do it that way, but killing yourself is, I guess it's faster. I'm not really sure. It's about the same time. But, yeah, killing yourself works as well as saving and quitting. To save and quit, I think you just press select, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure. But before we head to the Desert Palace, we need to get another item, because you can't get inside the Desert Palace without a book. Yes, a book. You need a book to beat the game. I don't really disapprove of getting books to beat games because I've had a bad experience with books in video games, you know, from Super Castlevania 4. But, if you use the running shoes against that shelf, it'll knock it off, and you'll get the Book of Medora. And the Book of Medora can translate Hylian text, which you need to do to get 3 optional items, as well as access the Desert Palace. And right now I'm going up into Kakariko Village. I think that's how you pronounce it. I looked it up after part 2 because I didn't remember. I never really remembered how to pronounce it. I hope that's right. If it's not, oh well. Doesn't matter. But I'm here to get 2 more optional items. I know in part number 2 I said there's not that many optional items, but I was completely wrong. There's so many optional items. There's 4 bottles, the net, 2 other items, and then then there's 3 more after that. There's a lot. I don't know the official count. We'll keep track as we get them. So right now I'm going after the net. It is, the net can do quite a few things. Actually, no, it can only do one thing. It can catch fairies, and I think it can also catch bugs. And if you catch a fairy and you die, the fairy will come out of the bottle and replenish your health. Not all of it, it's only like 8 hearts or so, but it's definitely useful. If you've played Paper Mario before, it's very similar to the Life Shroom. In fact, it's exactly like the Life Shroom. And if you go in that back entrance to that house right there, you'll get a bottle. And you need a bottle in order to get the net, because this kid won't give you the net if you don't have a bottle. And he's sick, so he can't catch things. He reminded me of, you know those Pokemon trainers in any Pokemon game? The ones that are bug catchers, the ones that always deploy like a Weedle or something, and you'll always kill so easily. That's what he reminds me of. I don't know why, but that's just what I think of when I see that kid. Just that useless Pokemon trainer that always has like a Weedle or a, what's that other caterpillar? Caterpie, or you know, a Metapod, all those useless Pokemon. Bug Pokemon, they're so useless. I don't know. Does anyone actually put bug Pokemon in their party? You know, like late in the game? Is there any good bug Pokemon? I'm not an expert in Pokemon by any means, but pretty much every bug Pokemon I can think of is completely useless. I can't think of that many, but I can't think of any good bug Pokemon. So unless there's a legendary that's a bug Pokemon, I don't think there's any legendaries that are bug type. I'm trying to think, are there any flying? I know there's a bunch of flying ones, but are any of them bug/flying? There probably is a bug type Pokemon or a bug type legendary that I haven't heard of yet, because I haven't played some of the newer Pokemons. I haven't played Platinum, Black, or Diamond, or I also didn't play what's the trio? It's Sapphire. No, yeah, Sapphire, Ruby. I think there's a third one, but I haven't played those ones either. I don't know why I didn't play those ones. I just heard that they weren't that good, and I don't know. I'm not sure why. And I also haven't played Black and White, because I've just heard from a lot of people that it's not worth getting, and it's just not an improvement over earlier entries in the series. So, I don't know, why waste my money, right? Unless someone tells me otherwise, I don't think I'm gonna get Black or White. It just, it doesn't seem worth it to me. It just seems like the same game over and over again. And I guess that's cool and all, but no, even when you know, Pokemon goes from system to system, from like Game Boy to DS and stuff like that, even then it gets a graphical upgrade, so it's sorta worth it. You know, see all the new attacks and stuff. So I guess it's somewhat worth it. But with Black and White, it really doesn't look different than Pearl and Diamond. So I don't see the point in buying it. And all the new Pokemon, they look really stupid. I mean, some of them, I can't bring up any examples right now, but some of them just look downright stupid. It really looks like they're running out of ideas for Pokemon, and I've kind of lost interest in the series. I still like the games, but the newer ones, I don't think I'm gonna get them. Maybe the next one will be pretty good. Actually, the next one will probably come out on the 3DS. I don't have a 3DS yet, and I really don't see the point of getting a 3DS. I mean, as of right now, when I record this, all of the best games on the 3DS are remakes of N64 games. You know, Ocarina of Time 3DS, Star Fox 3DS, or Star Fox 64 3DS. Is that the official title? Or is it just Star Fox 60? I think it's Star Fox 64 3DS. I'd have to look that up, but yeah, it's just the 3DS doesn't seem worth it. And I really don't care for the 3D gimmick. In fact, I am not a fan of 3D anything. People that know me know how much I hate 3D movies. And I really hate that every movie that comes out now is in 3D. And that's why I've kind of stopped going to the movies. I go occasionally, but for the most part, I've stopped going because everything's in 3D, and I don't really care for 3D movies. In fact, the 3D aspects, they're really not that noticeable. And here's a great example. A while back, I went to go see Avatar in 3D. It was a really nice theater. I forgot where it was, but it was it was a really nice theater. And the 3D effects, I really didn't notice them that much. I can only remember one part where I actually noticed the 3D effect, and it really wasn't that strong. In all the commercials and stuff, you know, they advertise the 3D as it pops out in front of you, but I really didn't feel it with that movie. And every movie I've been to that's been in 3D, none of them do that. I mean, I guess I can't really complain about that, but it's just, I don't like it. I don't like how everything is in 3D. I don't like how you have to wear those stupid glasses. I just don't like it. When as I was saying, with Avatar, there really wasn't that much, but the previews, the things that came on before the movie, those were amazing 3D. It felt like you could just reach out and touch it. Those were what you see in the commercials. And that was pretty cool, I guess. I don't really want to watch a movie with that, but with previews, I think it's pretty cool. But otherwise, I'll just watch my movie in 2D, to be perfectly honest. And I really hope that gaming never goes in 3D. Because I know some games now, they support 3D, but they're developed in 2D. I think the 3D is just thrown in as an afterthought. But I really hope, you know, gaming and TV, or, you know, television, it doesn't go in 3D. Like, I don't want to have to buy a 3D TV. That's ridiculous. I just think the whole thing is silly. I don't know. Share your opinions and thoughts on 3D and 3D movies and 3D TVs and all that. Put that in the comments for me. I want to know what you guys think. Maybe it's just me. Maybe everyone else likes the 3D gimmicks, but I don't. I personally do not like them, and I hope it's just like a fad that dies off and people stop caring. I'm hoping it's like a gimmick thing that no one really cares about in the next year or so. That probably won't be the case, but I'm hoping for it. And I'm hoping movies start becoming good again, because I don't know, I haven't seen that many good movies lately. But, you know, that's not saying all movies are bad, because I don't like all types of movies. There's some, you know, types that I just don't like, I don't enjoy watching. But, yeah, it's just, so I'm sure there's some good movies, but movies that I like, I haven't really seen that much that has really had an impact on me. That really left me with an impression. Nothing really has. I don't know. And I've seen some absolutely crappy movies in the past 3-4 years. I'm not gonna name any of them, but I've seen some some really bad films. I'm not gonna name any, but if you're someone that knows me in real life, you probably know what I'm talking about. If you push that block up, it'll open this room with more fairies, and I caught one and put it in a bottle. So if I die, which I don't think I do, but if I do die, that fairy will resurrect me and make it so I don't have to start from the beginning of the dungeon. When you die, if you're in a dungeon, you start from the beginning of the dungeon. All the doors you opened, they remain open, like everything you unlocked with a small key. Those are all open, but you just have to travel through the dungeon again, which isn't that much of a pain, but you don't want to die. You never want to die. And that item I just picked up was the Power Glove. Not the really terrible NES accessory. No, it's the Power Glove. It allows you to lift up rocks that are light blue. You can't lift up the ones that are dark blue. You need another upgrade for that. But, yeah, the Power Glove. We got the Power Glove. Now we're playing with power. I love the Power Glove. It's so bad. There's a little wizard reference, if you're familiar with that movie. I don't think anybody is familiar with that movie, except for... Now, there's plenty of people that are, but I doubt anybody that watches these videos is familiar with The Wizard. Go look it up. It's really not that good, but it's enjoyable, but it's not that great. With the Power Glove, you can exit the dungeon and go up top and find another part of the dungeon. It's pretty unique how this is split up into... this dungeon is split up into 2 different sections. The second section is completely linear, just advance through the areas. You shouldn't have any problems. You shouldn't need to pull up the map, let's say. And, oh no, we've reached a dead end. Let's kill this guy, see what happens. Nope. Let's light these lamps, see what happens. Oh my god, the wall is moving. What type of magic is this? This is witchcraft. The wall is moving on its own. And it opens another door. And inside, the boss! Oh no! This boss, it is 3 dragons. I think they're dragons. It could be desert snakes for all I know. Maybe they're snakes or serpents. I don't know. You can hurt these guys 2 ways. You can either shoot them with arrows or hit them with your sword. You can kill them with arrows and less hits, but it's pretty hard to hit them with the arrows. You'll see me try to hit them a few times, but I eventually switched to the sword. When they pop out of the ground, they shoot out 4 rocks in the 4 corner directions, you know, top right, top left, bottom right. So watch out for those. I recommend that you stand directly beneath the hole, so when it pops out, you will avoid all the rocks. When you destroy 2 of them, the last one will make even more rocks come out. So try to get it so the last one only has 1 hit left when you kill the second to last one. It's not required, and you don't really need to do it. This boss isn't that hard, but it's a good idea. I believe the spin attack does more damage to these guys, so spin right as you, or right when they come out. Collect your heart piece, and you will collect the wisdom, or no, the pendant of wisdom. I'm pretty sure it's the pendant of wisdom. No, it's the pendant of power. I'm pretty sure. I hope I'm right. Please be right. Pendant of power. All right. We'll go after the pendant of wisdom in part number 4.